Well, it's absolutely confirmed by the voice of Zabihullah Mujahid, who was on France 24 for an exclusive interview 3 days ago. He was just saying to us that the pressure they would put on the Americans would mean that they were the Taliban commandant was strongly believing that they will achieve this so-called full control of Afghanistan, meaning this airport, this military airport sanctuary earlier than the deadline. So this is all done, and this spokesperson for the Taliban, which has been the shadow voice for the Taliban guerrilla for 14 years, which is now the official spokesperson here in Kabul. So Zabihullah Mujahid just wrote on the social media that actually, yes, he was indeed confirming that they achieved, the Taliban's, quote, achieve full independence thanks to God. So it means the war against the American is now over. It's the middle of the night here in Kabul. It was very much earlier than expected, of course, because we have been seeing in the last hours of the evening, around still midnight, some very low-level flight. Making a lot of noise in the sky of Kabul. It was some military airplanes, reconnaissance, and patrolling, circling around Kabul, and it was really the signal, the method of which meant that they were the final step going on. The final step now, we know that the process was the Delta Force, these elite commandos, were on the ground already. It's about 300 men just to organize the last evacuation, meaning that just technically speaking, when you fly out a plane, you make the taking off of a plane without any people on the ground. It's an extremely risky operation, and only this elite unit can proceed that. So I can think that I'm in Kabul now, downtown. There are a lot of shootings outside, which are, I guess, not offensive shooting, but more than the parade or some sign of victory from some Taliban fighters all around. Where I'm here standing is in the hotel, the only hotel in town where we have a few people still inside, and it's totally fully controlled already, like it has been for the past 10 days by the Taliban. So a sense of joy and victory here from what I can hear. But we can expect for sure that there are some fighters, jet fighters, M16 or so on, still flying around in drones, American drones, to secure the last flight out of Afghanistan from the Americans. Ironically, to finish the Delta Force, this commando, these elite forces on the ground who just evacuated now the last flight, were the first one 20 years ago, this very man, the first commando to put the first steps of the American troops in Afghanistan, paving the way for this 20 years of war, which has ended quite badly for America tonight, because now the American troops are just gone for, if not forever, for long.
Cyril, the US troops now out. They've taken out some 6,000 civilians. They said there are many more that they still need to get out, as well as at-risk Afghans. You and other journalists, how many, I don't know, you are still there in a situation clearly of some risk too. What happens next for those people who are trying to get out now, Cyril?
Well, regarding the Afghan people, they have been, especially in the capital city, Kabul, which was not expected to fall so quickly, because I remind that the offensive from the Taliban started a few weeks ago and claimed the whole country in less than 1 month, and Kabul was taken without a shot firing, or maybe just, it was not violent as it was expected, and there were no resistance, absolutely no resistance. So the people here were just caught by absolutely astonishment, seeing the militia, the jihadist militiamen, the Taliban patrolling the streets and taking full control day after day. Now, out of these people, we could have we have experienced in the past days thousands of people just flocking to this military airport of Kabul, controlled by 6,000 American troops, just to have a chance to get out of the country, to escape from this unknown where now we go heading with the Taliban in full control. So we know that it was partially a huge evacuation process. It was something quite historical in terms of logistics and in terms of thousands of people which have been airlifted indeed. The thing now, and this is what we sense very much here, this is this bitterness, this anger, this strong belief of being abandoned by people you have been helping in the past, from thousands of Afghans who are just stuck here. We have been yesterday able to meet some of the French army translators, French army collaborators, these personnel, these Afghan people who, during 20 years of presence by the Western Army coalition, have been on the ground with the army, with the many services of the National French Defense, for instance, and they had the whole paperwork. They went through the process to get airlifted, to get the asylum and protection from France, and the 10 translators we have been seeing in the clandestine trip in the outskirts of Kabul were just disgusted and extremely bitter about being stuck. And the worst in this nightmare scenario for them is that they said their name is on list of tens of thousands of people who have been working with the West, meaning enemies in the Taliban propaganda. Tens of thousands of lists were now on the end of the Taliban. So they said, we're going to be arrested one day or another. And most of them have sold everything because they thought they would be going to a third country. So they just are stuck and with no contacts whatsoever with any people going to help them. And this is also a part of this defeat by America, a defeat by the West is true. And its story sometimes repeats itself, sadly, but to abandon people who just serve and who choose you and choose to trust. And so it's concerning like thousands of people. It's involving the UK, of course, the United States of America, Australia, most of European countries, and of course France, as we experienced to meet some of these people yesterday.
Cyril, final question to you, sir. Then I'll let you go. The General Mackenzie, who was speaking a few moments ago, was talking about how the Taliban is going to have difficulty in keeping control of what happens next in the country, and clearly the issue there is the rivalry with ISIS-K. Are you picking up on this with the Taliban people that you are coming in contact with on a daily basis?
Yes, indeed. Just in fact, where we were just covering here from downtown Kabul a few hours ago, live on the roof of the hotel where I'm staying, and I've been here for 12 or 13 days there now. There was some heavy shooting on our direction, on our hotel roof, and there were some of our Taliban militants, guards who are in the hotel, who just rushed to the help to try to defend on the roof of the hotel. So the security issue is extremely vital, and it was in the very word of the spokesperson of the Taliban, Zabihullah Mujahid, who say our top priority is to restore security in the country. And very frankly, the people in Afghanistan were also extremely focused on this transitional moment of having America leaving behind people and having the new Islamic Emirates founded now, created by the Taliban in full force. What will be happening in the next days? It was enough of a burden. Now we know that we have a new protagonist. We have a new group, which is very much in the game, and which it proved very tragically and violently 4 days ago with this blast, who cost the life of more than 150 people, including 13 U.S. Marines. And attacks are every day, because we had one this morning, one the day before, and they are the key of the rivalry for the sovereignty of Afghanistan against the Taliban. So now the Taliban are very much have to be very much focused on security, and they don't have this de facto cooperation with the Americans, as the Americans have this defense system at the airport, for instance. This is how they could send a drone to intercept this full of explosive car who was driven by a kamikaze on the northern gate of the airport just 2 days ago, and it was just destroyed by this drone. These defense systems are not existing anymore, because we can expect that these U.S. forces who have just left, they just destroy it or took it with them. So now the Taliban and the people of Afghanistan are again in a proxy or a real war, which is about to rage, and this is the first responsibility for the Taliban, who are now in command. They know it, and it's going to be difficult. So they maybe achieve full independence, but they didn't achieve tonight peace.